into next season, not finish bottom 2. The cut, they still are technically eligible for a top 2 finish. Victory here keeps that alive. Other things going their way, you never really know. So looking forward to this one. As mentioned, joined by Waga here. Waga, we got some interesting stuff with this draft, though. We got Monkeys playing the Brewmaster. What do you think of everything going on?
Yeah, so I was actually playing with Monkeys yesterday. I was hanging out with him for a few hours. We were doing drinking games before he then went to play scrims, which I assume he was playing the scrims then with Fart Studios after that. I actually talked to him as he joined the lobby here. I'm happy to see him play. Obviously, he loves playing micro heroes, so his Brewmaster is a treat to watch. He's very, very good at this. He loves Broodmother. He loves, all the disgusting micro style heroes, but not necessarily so much the Beastmasters. More Brood and Brew are his real mastery.
Yeah, no, Monkey's a great guy, and definitely excited to see him sitting in here for Fart Studios. And to clarify, it is going to be him playing the offlane role in the end. So we knew that he was going to be playing it. Obviously, Jenkins has been the offlaner for Fart Studios, but with this rotation, not that surprising, though. Of course, Monkeys has history himself playing offlane, and specifically playing the Brew in this case. So to clarify all that, Jenkins on the tree and support.
Yeah, I think Monkeys is a way stronger offlane player than Jenkins, to be honest. I love Jenkins, but Monkeys is, he's an offlane specialist. I think Jenkins does pretty good job on support generally, so... him being on Treant, nothing too uncomfortable for him there either, I would say. I've seen him play +5 and do just fine before. So we'll see how the Bristleback pick into Brewmaster is going to work, by the way. Because Brewmaster has been used in the past as a counter pick to Bristle, and they knew they were playing against it. So we'll see if this is going to bother him later on. The Cyclone spam is a very good way to deal with heroes like both DP and Bristle.
Yeah, and then they went with the final pick, Slark, mentioning a carry hero for Fart SJ in terms of in that Bristleback matchup. But yeah, Scourge playing the Bristle, as the panel was talking about. This is a hero that he's very comfortable on for the cut, paired with that Disruptor, who, as we know, has that, 11-1 record, I believe, overall in Division 2. Very, very strong support. So are you leaning towards one draft or the other, or you feel unsure right now?
Both drafts have some merit to them. I would probably prefer Fart Studios draft overall, but Fart Studios have looked kind of shaky in the previous games. Cut have looked stronger throughout the season here, so that puts me at a dilemma where I like the draft, but am I confident that they're going to play better?
You got on the Zeus, by the way. Of course, we've been seeing him play as Skywrath as they stand in for this team earlier on. Playing the Zeus, though, a similar kind of hero, of course, brings a lot of magic burst. But a hero we usually see that mid-roll, especially here in Division 2. What do you make of him playing the support this time, though?
I think support Zeus is pretty great. I think it's underutilized. The Heavenly Jump made the hero so much better as a support than it previously was. Interestingly, going for that Arc Lightning in the lane, sometimes we see it with the Lightning Bolt during laning stage, but it's just too mana intense, I guess. The Arc Lightning, you can do more damage to multiple targets.
Yeah. Bottom lane, no surprise. Plenty of back and forth going on down here. See Brewmaster with that Thunderclap and the Cinder Brew now currently leveled up. But mid lane matchup, Invoker versus Death Prophet. Right now, Invoker 12-4, Death Prophet 11-2. Very even. It is a Quaswex Invoker. What do you make of this matchup?
I think the nice thing about being Quaswex Invoker is that you're a natural Vessel buyer, right? That's the big standout to me here, is you need Vessel against DP a lot of the time, and Invoker kind of just hits that check mark for you. He's going to go for it. He's happy to go for it. It's not out of his way. So the matchup mid in particular, I think maybe DP has a slight edge, but it's no massive lead.
So going back to Monkeys here, playing this Brewmaster as look at top lane. There's a little bit of chance at action, but never mind. But yeah, on the Brewmaster, what's the style of build that we should expect to see out of him playing this off lane Brew?
I haven't really seen people play Brewmaster in the recent patch. Like Fear said, advocating for a hero that's not really relevant right now, right? But when you have specialists, you might just get the hero picked anyway. So that's what we're seeing. I imagine that it's going to be... Oh, he gets pulled back into Bristleback. Probably going to be fine here, just taking a bit of damage. Build-wise, I think we're going to see the whole Aeon Disc, with Aghanims. I've seen him go Aghanim Scepter before. Really enjoying the free spirit that you get. permanent uptime. Use the Fire Spirit to farm, and then you have the Cyclone Spirit non-stop later on. It's really just a Cyclone Spirit. It's not even the Storm Spirit. It's just it's Tornado.
I love how he's one of those heroes, the Observer, showing it off too. You scroll over the Acceptor and Shard for him. It's just like this whole all these paragraphs of just text. You're like, if you don't play this hero often, you're like, what am I reading right now?
Yeah,
What is
I mean, to summarize it briefly, you get one Bruling even when you're normal, and it operates very well within 1600 range of you. If it goes farther away, it gets massively slowed down and really can't do anything. Yeah, it's a beneficial tool to kind of push and shove lanes.
Still no kill yet, and honestly, for Division 2 NA this year, that's pretty rare. Oh, you know what? There we go. It is going to happen back and forth at the top lane. Fart SJ credit for the first blow, though, and he wants another. Not going to get it just yet, though. Peacock keeping his distance. So, right on cue, it felt like, coming up to the 5-minute mark. Have our first clash, and it's advantage for Fart Studios, though.
Yeah, they do get the first blood there. They took some good damage, though, but nice start for Fart SJ there, getting the permanent Agi. Well, a lot of damage was done mid as well. The DP playing aggressive onto the Invoker here, but CS is dead even on mid. 27-7, 27-7, both of them right now.
Level 6 is coming out, of course, a bit more impactful, certainly for the Death Prophet. Gets that Exorcism. See if he makes a play with it in terms of putting some tower presence as far as the push goes. Also 6 minutes in general coming up soon, and we know how important that is, and we already see supports rotating over, including the Zeus towards the top rune. Gonna meet up against a Treant. Scan will hit as well, so he knows this Treant's coming.
Yeah, everybody is engaging for this. Both supports on both teams are aware how important rune control is, even in this matchup where heroes don't care that much about runes.
Ooh, Shaggy gets it. He got the regen, bottled up. Jenkins doing his best to take, but now Jenkins in trouble. Being slowing down. Beat-God will finish him off. Mentioned
Newsham,
using that heavily jump.
Kill. Oh, the ward drop.
Is he
He
gonna
drops
get it?
a ward, gets vision.
I'm somewhat of a disruptor myself.
Well played there. Gets the kill on Disruptor.
And
Zeus. Yeah, Newsham in the flank is just like cleaning up. He
Yeah.
loses his teammate in Treant, but ends up getting 2.
that was really sweet how he did that. First of all, the Observer ward drop gave him the vision for the first kill, and then he blind lands the Bushwhack, correctly reading the movement there as well, coming out from B-God, who gets caught out. Really well played by Hoodwink here.
Top lane, Treant, after the resurrection, goes top and puts some pressure on the Chives, but he'll be fine. Especially with Zeus teleporting back in. Bottom lane, Brewmaster, does he have a glimpse? He does. Empyrean, using that glimpse, and Monkey's likely dead. Nothing more he can do at that point. Newsham gonna just run away and survive himself, but could kill the Brewmaster. Disruptor coming back in.
Yeah, Disruptor strikes again. Top, though, we see some damage to Chives. He has that status rest, though. He should be fine. Look at his build, by the way, on Spirit Prick. That's interesting. Going for a double Wraith Band into the face boot, so very heavy armor. He actually has 17 armor under a tower, so he wasn't taking much damage at all from his Lark auto attacks.
Yeah, that, and, Treant Protector certainly brings a decent auto attack himself, 101 damage, but all that armor mitigating plenty, so considering with that build. Sadman is, actually bottom lane, Kinetic Field's put down. There is once again another brawl of Monkeys Forever, just so much damage. The stacks are adding up.
Oh,
Again,
boy.
Newsham, not much he could do right there.
That is a horrible death for him as well. Now, no TP. That was his second death quickly in a row, and Glimpse just doing work on bottom lane. We see exactly what we have seen so much of. Just Disruptor and those glimpses. People just don't respect him enough.
Yeah, he still gets picked up, and it's just, 11-1, just saying. Yes, he did have that loss, but yeah, this hero's certainly one of the most powerful in Division 2. And time we're seeing that glimpse especially is a big reason for that. But how about this tower pressure? I mean, you see Sadman coming over, of course, with that Exorcism, and there you go. It's a free tower kill favoring the Radiant.
Yeah, that's a great move. That's a great early move. And honestly, the Cut, one of the teams that have been, getting some almost flack from the panel every now and then that they, they're not necessarily a team that is so heavy on the team play. It's more, just good players and like things kind of work for them. But this was really nicely coordinated, moving down here and, playing around their strong heroes and taking a tower that you're not expected to get this early on. And that makes it so much harder for Fart Studios to make the natural rotation and get their bottom tower.
And you can also see Monkeys, again, the struggle does continue. He's not even level 6 yet, where Bristleback has more than a full level, essentially, over him at this point. Of course, that promo split, very important ability to pick up, but going to get it here shortly. As Newsham and Jenkins are in the area, so not exactly sure what the game plan is right now. Are we going to see a smoke maybe? No, they're going to do some of the stack, I suppose.
Yeah, they need level 6 on Brewmaster if they're going to go for the smoke, so clearing the stack here, important to get him to that level 6. He has it now, though, so now they could take a fight. The issue is, he doesn't bring enough damage to kill the Bristleback on his own. Like, their lineup doesn't kill Bristle, so I think they have to play towards mid, perhaps, or make a move somewhere else.
Yeah, they're seen, though. They're not smoked up currently. There's a couple of wards spotting this rotation, so this is all the information Shaggy, or aka Sadman, needs on the Death Prophet. In fact, he's going to try to run into them now. He has Disruptor coming over. They want to pick this fight.
Yeah, he's feeling fairly confident here.
Oh, on the top side, you have Slark coming in, though. So far, that's Jade rotating. We just hit 10 minutes.
He's also on a ward.
Isolated, though. Yeah, he's on a ward, and obviously being Slark, you got to know that. And Shadow Dance is going to be activated very early on. Still gets stunned on through, though. He's in trouble. Does not have a lot of life to work with. But there's a proper split. Combo from Invoker as well, and lockdown on the Zeus is successful. They take him out. You see the Cyclone keeping Chives up in the air. They pull him back down. Can he charge out? 2 more seconds. Has another strike. Not going to matter, though. So it does work out for Fart Studios in the end.
It was a really well-timed Slark ulti there. The Zeus ulti just hit slightly too late and missed damage into the Shadow Dance, of course. Nice catch mid with the glimpse again. Disruptor is just, level 7 now at minute 10:50. Doing really, really fantastic on his Disruptor, I would say. And now is max level in that glimpse.
I mean, that's huge. Yeah, you meant level 7. That's kind of crazy for at 11 minutes in. I mean, you compare him to others in this game. Yeah, he's definitely doing the work, and they're going to just put the pressure on this mid-tier 1 now. There's a glimpse used on Slark. Push it back. This Exorcism. It is going to wear off, though.
Yeah.
Scourge. Do you want to go on this Bristleback, though? How much do you want to commit? The break is up, but there's the double siphon, and Fart Studios has to respect it. Cryptstorm coming on through. Monkeys will survive, making use of that new Hood of Defiance.
Yeah, so he has Hood and he has Mana Boots. Some damage mitigation definitely is needed against this team. When you have Zeus and DP, getting a pipe could be very useful. Even against Spirit Breaker, brings a lot of magic damage later on as well. His bash being magical, his ulti, bashing as well as adding more magical, so probably a good item this game. The issue is, though, that doesn't help you against Bristle. And Bristle is going to get strong. We've seen SMD before. Once he gets that Aghanims, that's the timing that he wants to play towards.
Yeah. And it's definitely being worked on. Already has the Joker Axe. Has the rest of the makings of the axe queued up, and he's farming away in the jungle currently. So he's definitely working towards it. You have Death Prophet with an Arcane Rune currently bottled up in the mid lane. We'll see what she makes of that. Exorcism coming off cooldown in about 45 seconds. Noticing some items on the other side, Fart Studios, Fart SJ specifically, getting the Diffusal delivered right now, and he's grouping up with the team, so you can tell this dire side wants to make a play right now.
Yeah, pretty expected that Slark will go for something like this to try and make aggressive early moves. So this smoke coming in.
Oh no. Great catch on the Brewmaster. Off the backhand, they pick him off, though. It's just a Death Prophet curling, and all 5 are here for Fart Studios. Sadman's in trouble. He did not expect the whole team, the Sharpshooter, will finish the job. So coming together worked out pretty well.
Yeah, that acted like a bait there. Monkeys Forever was just running up alone while his team was smoking up. And as they glimpse him back and think they get a nice pick off, they just turn it around on DP instead. Now they're immediately moving in to the enemy jungle, but this is also kind of the result of their heroes, right? Again, this is a team with no real tower damage after winning a fight like that. You don't have any way to push towers early into the game. So for now, they kind of just have to go for a kill and then stabilize and farm a little bit again.
That's exactly what they're doing. And while they're stabilizing, let's take a look at those odds. Thanks to esportsbet.io, the watch touring platform. It is currently favoring Fart Studios. Fairly close overall, as you would probably expect with a matchup like this. But top lane, by the way, Scourge McDuck in trouble. He is by himself currently. Spirit Breaker in the area, but the whole team once again is here. Newsham yet again with the Sharpshooter to finish the job. So but to your point, Wog, it's like, now what do you do off of this? Obviously, that's a big kill, but well, they're going to smoke up immediately and go again.
Yeah, they're just going for kills right now, looking for more and more. Slark does connect though.
That should be a free kill on Empyrean. Looks like it. Sunstrike hits, and Jenkins actually credit for the kill. So yeah, the smoke, and it's a support, not as significant, but it's still a kill.
Yeah, they get it, and they also saw the Ancients, importantly. Don't think they have a really great way to steal those Ancients, though. Already triple stacked, it's going to be difficult for them. Actually, never mind, it's a quadruple stack already.
We saw Monkeys there actually harassing Death Prophet by himself, but quickly falling back as there was support coming in, and that was pretty deep. So yeah, you mentioned this big stack of Ancients. Scourge McDuck heading back to the area. And gonna be hit by the Overgrowth, which was also being used on the Spear Breaker that was charging in. So Jenkins attempting to get away, puts the armor up. Never mind though, Zeus finishes the job, but it's gonna come at a cost for Spear Breaker's life. Again, really playing that core role, position 3, so certainly going away far
to catch. Lifting up, he's holding the DP in place.
Meanwhile, the Ancients somewhat being attempted during all of this and causing more chaos. Death Prophet though, that Spirit Vessel, the Siphon's up. Monkey's still running him down. Double kill for Fart SJ though, as he takes out the Empyrean in the meantime. And then he comes over to help finish the job onto the Death Prophet. So this very chaotic playstyle of Fart Studios going for hero kills, and it seems to be working right now.
Yeah, right now their team fight is very, very strong on the side of Fart Studios, and utilizing that Brewmaster ulti, you can see the impact of it is massive. RSJ has to be careful, jumping up on a cliff, getting charged, but no ulti on Spirit Breaker. They're really going for this?
Well, they want to protect these Ancients, obviously. I mean, the stack is still up. Both teams are like, what do we do about this? You see Brewmaster pinging it. Monkeys does not want to give this up. And how much do you really invest into this, though, is the question.
Yeah, on the side of Cut, they're just trying to keep control of it, but they keep leaving heroes.
Yeah, that's the second time Disruptor's died within the last minute. And now the tier 1's also going to fall, so more map control favoring Fart Studios, and obviously with the way they're positioned, they're really kind of choking out the Cut right now from that ancient spot. But BSJ, oh, did he go too deep here? Well, he's Slark, he's got Shadow Dance, so he is fine in the end.
Yeah, he's just bullying them away. Now, looks like they might try to clear the Ancients as a team, perhaps? Or they're just moving to top tower, perhaps? No, they're gonna try it. They're going for the Ancients. I don't know if they have time to do it, but they already did do some damage before, so are they gonna be able to steal this?
You got Hoodwink with that boomerang already, so assisting as well. But yeah, the question, they stole a couple, but at what cost now? They don't have Sark with them. The Initiation Spirit Breaker going to be going for the play on a Brewmaster. The big static storm hitting Brew specifically, and he's dead. Didn't have a Primal Split anyways, but Glibsel finished his job. Obviously, Spirit Breaker goes down as well. They're chasing Annihilate, but the armor of Tree and keeping him alive. Newsham, DP out. Oh, it's not going to work. Almost a split-second difference. So, obviously the big key there, though, Fart SJ was busy bottom lane when that fight broke out.
Yeah, tough to TP out against both Disruptor and Zeus like that. They have so many ways to find you, spot you, or cancel your TP in general. Nice little detail there, by the way. D-ward by Empyrean on the high ground, but look, pings out the ward right now is Newsham. I think it was the ward dropped by Jenkins. Very, very smart little ward that honestly doesn't get enough attention. So many people just check the high ground and they don't check the second cliff. I mean, it's the worst ward, but it gets D-ward so much less.
Yeah, well, and it still gets that ancient vision, which is certainly a big aspect of it, and it kind of gives you that vision of they're in this area, you know, right below it. So it's not as strong, and to your point, but the chance of it getting countered is much, much less, as we see here. So yeah, very good point out there for Fart Studios. Meanwhile, Annihilate, he's pushing bottom lane with Invoker. He has a Hand of Midas now, so his progress is starting to ramp up, and he's keeping up with the Bristleback. I mean, yeah, you look at the graphs right there, too. Definitely has been a bit of a swing favoring Fart Studios in the last 5 minutes or so.
The big story is that Fart SJ is having such a good game, right? He's at 9,500 gold right now. He's got 7 perma-agi. Got him. They're trying to set up something, but Jenkins might just be a bit caught out here.
Yeah, that was a little bit too deep, to say the least. Invoker can't really go through the trees like Treant can, so he got a little too far ahead and unfortunately found more than even just the Zeus, but in the end, not the biggest deal.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't lose that much. It's just a support at the end of the day. It's funny how in this game, because of having the Slark on the side of Fart Studios, they actually have vision advantage against a team that has Zeus. You have that free kind of D-warding with a support Zeus, but there's still there are so many deep wards planted right now by Fart Studios, and they have complete vision control.
That's definitely a good point. You see Scourge McDuck back in that ancient area. Of course, not necessarily the stack to work with, but still some farm to take. Radiant Scan is going to hit them grouping up here towards the tier 1 top tower. And Far Studios trying to figure out what they want to do, almost expecting a bit of a push, but because of that scan, I think the cut is thinking otherwise and going elsewhere.
Yeah, they're probably respecting the team fights. When Brewmaster has ulti ready, it's dangerous to go into that big fight, but Brew is also pretty happy with the tempo that the game has slowed down to now, because he is only 350 gold away from that Aghanim Scepter. As I said, he will go for it, and he, you know, went for the hood first to get some tank ability, but this Monkeys Forever really knows how to get the most out of this item, so it will be really fun to see, because it's kind of breath of fresh air. We don't see Brewmaster at all in the current meta.
I was confirming too here in Division 2 at least, it has not been picked yet. Obviously the first time this season so far it's been picked, so yeah, an out of meta hero certainly, but on a player that is very comfortable as you're suggesting, so we'll see how the cut is able to handle once the Axe is just about finished. Yeah, less than 100 gold away now for Monkeys as he's farming out the bottom lane.
Yeah, they also went with Blink on Newsham, so he's possibly gonna look to set up some stuff. They are gonna go on Bristle, but this is more of a harass, I think. Pretty strong harass, but they didn't have a real kill threat. It does force the reaction though.
Well, Chives sprinting on through, bashes through the Trankles right for the Hoodwink, but now Chives, he went deep for this. Kinetic Field is put out, but Overgrowth locking him in place, and with the Invoker nearby, no chance to get away right there, so yeah, definitely a very deep commitment that backfires. BSJ also coming over. They see him though.
He knows he can be ready. Slark wants to dive, he wants to take team fights. Even though he knows he's under a ward right now, he is being very confident with this BKB in hand. If anyone gets close, he can hold them in place with a diffusal and just easily fight them. So this is awkward for the cut, because normally you see them get that Aghanims for Bristleback, and they've played it so many times before. It's always, he gets Aghanims, he activates, they start doing stuff, but now they don't feel like they have the stronger team fight. And that makes it awkward to play heroes like DP, who are so ulti-oriented.
Speaking of that, dude, oh my god. That was the Zeus right there, just gets blown up, and DP is chasing back the Invoker. Gonna get some assistance from Chives. Exorcism's up, obviously, Nether Strike pushing back even further in Invoker. Not really much of a chance at that point, Jenkins. Putting on the seat, but gonna just hide with his brethren in the trees. And now, Bard SJ finds his chance to open on to Spearbreaker. Not an easy target to take down, but easy enough in the end. He does get the kill. Lift up under to the Bristleback, that is, from the Brewmaster. Sadman gets a double kill in the meantime as he takes out Newsham. That Exorcism, though, it has worn off. Monkeys using that Storm Bruling.
Yep. He hasn't even popped ulti in this fight, but Bruling is chasing and setting up for a Slark. Still has BKB.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is that Ags effect, and we are going to see the Promise Split now coming out, just lifting up Bristleback. Bristleback's out of this fight completely, and it's just the Death Prophet. Death Prophet's dead, and now Scourge McDuck, he's going to have to run. Zeus nearby. Where's Disruptor during all this? He's just south of them as well. The ultimate from Zeus does get the kill, though, on Fart SJ, so catches him off guard, actually. B-God still might die to this Brewmaster at the end. It looks like he is going to, but now Monkeys, he might be overcommitted to it, so it's Invoker. Fart SJ, or more so Fart Studios, is just overextending a bit, to say the least. Monkeys Forever trying to run that kinetic field, holding him in place, though. Jenkins nearby, no overgrowth threat, though. He does have the living armor. Puts that up, but can Monkeys actually get away from this in the end? I don't think he can.
Yeah, it's gonna be very difficult.
Well, he's surviving. Well, maybe. Hoodwink, actually the threat now. Sharpshooter breaks up on Bristle, but not enough return damage. And now Jenkins taking the distraction. So Monkeys does escape. They are going to lose a train for this. However, Hoodwink doing all that he can, and Monkeys says, you know, I want to fight this now. I want to go back in, but Kinetic Field locking him in place. Can't chase but Hoodwink. cleaning up the bristleback. New
Oh, they get one more?
continue to do work. They do get another toy in Empyrean, and they will take him out as well. Double kill for Monkeys, but that was all Newsham, and yeah, he deserves that tip.
Yeah, Newsham was working hard in that fight, just kiting. I mean, we could see how difficult it was to kill the Brewmaster when he has his spirit protecting him as well. But that was so much just Hoodwink having good position, keep spamming those lockdowns and doing damage bit by bit. And also the ulti, of course, doing so much against Bristle. I've said it a few times when we watched the Bristleback pick. There have been Hoodwinks against him before. SMD, he's not, you know, this is not the first time they plays against a Hoodwink, but this is sort of the first time that we actually see it be pretty effective with bursting him, getting value for that sharpshooter and getting the break affected.
And yeah, we saw really the first time that Ags coming into play as well for the Brewmaster. They kept hyping up quite a bit, and the lockdown on that Bristleback because of the initial storm roll in and the second one, it was pretty ridiculous. Now, of course, it still was looking decent for the cup, but then we saw the ultimate finish in favor of Fart Studios, certainly, is ESJ getting low right there once again. But
I mean, if B-God didn't find the surprise kill there on Far SJ by just bursting him with the nukes, which honestly was a kill that should not happen, right? Like, your Slark, you just died to Magic Burst without pressing BKB. But if they didn't find that kill, then they would really be in disastrous territory right now. Now, it's still bad, but they do have some tools to turn this around still.
Well, I wanted to get your thoughts on this because, you know, Slark again mentioned the BKB. He even goes the full Mage Slayer now, but not going the Ags yet. He does have the Ags now queued up, but especially with how active this game has been, would you have rather seen the Ags earlier, or is this still fun?
Monkey's laughing, having some fun there after that long fights and surviving. I'm actually agreeing with the build that he's doing on Slark. I think this is the disciplined and the correct build. Aghanim's, it's tempting, but having BKB and Mage Slayer is going to try and prevent that burst from happening, getting charged by Spirit Breaker into nuked fully or dying during a glimpse into Static Storm. You're just giving yourself more chances of staying alive, and as long as Slark doesn't get bursted immediately, he should be able to just dominate these fights.
Well, he's got an Aegis now, so if that surprise burst does come out again, then he, of course, has that second life to work with for the next 4.5 or so minutes. But yeah, the Ag's being farmed up. And, you know, by the time that's over, that would be the timing to then have that finished, ideally. So we'll keep an eye on him and how that's going. On the other side, BKB coming along for Bristleback. Certainly an important item there, that is.
Yeah, I think in this game it's being controlled so much by the Invoker, the Quaswex Invoker, plus a Treant, plus a Hoodwink, and then Brewmaster on top of that. There's so much lockdown and control inside of Fart Studios, so Bristleback, doesn't really matter how much net worth you have or how much impact you could have, because you're not going to be allowed to cast your spells. So this BKB can give them a timing window to at least try and secure kills. Oh, look at the push top, by the way. This is Aghanim's with Alacrity. Dude, that hits so hard because the Demolish.
It's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Yeah, again, the Axe effect for Monkeys. Once again, continue to show it off.
Yeah. It takes me back to the Broken patch where the Alacrity and the Demolish was like taking racks in 2 hits or something.
It's not that strong, but it still is a very, very strong combo, and you certainly have to respect it if you're the cut. And right there, I mean, they just could not react to it in time. It's like, how do you react to that? Obviously, that's a difficult thing to kill in the first place. You don't want to overcommit to this freaking Brewling.
Yeah,
and unable to.
That is, you know, solving. I said that they were lacking push earlier on, but that can solve their high ground push a little bit as well. They can just send the Earth Panda later on, especially when the Brewling Health Talent comes in on level 20. Then that Earth Panda is really hard to kill unless you have good range damage. And guess what? The cut, Bristleback, not really the best. Spirit Breaker, not the best. DP also doesn't solve it. Like, none of those heroes deal with the Brewling.
Ooh, bottom lane. They saw the Spirit Breaker down here. You can tell Far Studios is going hunting, but Spirit Breaker does have that Shadow Blade, and he made his way back pretty early, so good discipline from Chives in the end. But that net worth just continues to grow ever so slightly for Far Studios. We're upwards of 9,000 now, and you can just feel it for the cut, that they feel very constricted, unsure of where to be right now. Other than Spirit Breaker, they're all kind of just huddled up, pushing out together.
Calmest push ever, bottom. Like, you're just looking at your Earth Panda doing the work. You don't need to go close, they're just leaving it. And pretty much in one single creep wave, it almost takes out the tower. It does so much damage already with level 2 Demolish.
And the cut's not even reacting to it because again, it's that difficult spot. It's like, do we really want it? Obviously, when it comes to tier 3 towers, different story, but they basically have given up the fact that they're going to lose these tier 2 towers at this point.
Yeah, tier 2 is definitely falling, but if Invoker decides to come down and throw some alacrity on this, then the high ground, it can already be threatened.
Oh, meanwhile, mid lane, Fart SJ's caught. He's got the ages. It's going to be burnt here. But they're just pushing bot.
They're just pushing hard.
They don't even care. Oh, it's a BKB. Okay, he pops the Shadow Dance first, so he still has the BKB to use. He's going to jump on the Spirit Breaker. There's the BKB now coming out. And still not the biggest support coming for Fart SJ, though, because they're pushing bottom, as you mentioned. Treant's going to come in with the Overgrowth, and BSJ will keep on running. So the bottom tier 3 going down during that Aegis distraction, and now Fart will retreat.
That Aghanims was so clutch for him as well on the Slark. The courier coming in, getting the Aghanims, allowing him to jump out and get himself to safety. And yeah, like you said, bottom tier 3, that means you already have opened up access to this high ground, and the racks are exposed this early on into the game. That's not where you want to be if you have a Bristleback as your carry. You're supposed to be setting the tempo. So now they're trying to do something desperate, going out with Disruptor.
Well, they thought they caught Nusham. The glimpse put him like 2 feet, though, if that. 2 pixels more so. So, yeah, he's able to get away, and a good blink there as well to make sure to get out Jenkins. He'll be the sacrificial lamb, but there could be more. Nope, the primal split as he was being glimpsed. So, Monkeys, he's going to be fine. Just lifts up one and going to just keep them distracted because you got
nice
Partij pushing mid.
Yeah, kills off the bounty room because he can't pick it himself, but he's just being so annoying right now. Keep sending those Cyclones over to a Bristleback. Even if it's not really a team fight happening, every time feels awful. You just keep spinning in the air, you're not doing anything. Every single one is 6 seconds of you not doing what you want to do. And he's continuously using it over and over. I played a lot of games against Monkeys Forever where he just did this to me, and it's infuriating. You wanna smash your keyboard at some point because you're not allowed to play the game, basically.
Yeah, Brewmaster is definitely one of the best single target lockdown in the game. There is no doubt about that, specifically with that Storm Brewing and with the Ags, as we're going to keep going back to. So, and to your point too, that was one of the reasons why it's considered a decent counter to this Bristleback, which I remind you, they did pick up Bristle knowing that though. So they clearly weren't worried about it too much, but perhaps having that hindsight second guessing now. But either way, it's having to deal with it some way, somehow if you're the cut, and it ain't easy, though. The map control just continues to be absolutely dominated by Fart Studios.
They're trying to go out and do something again here. Bristleback still has that 9-second peak speed. Didn't find a chance to use it last fight. Gets cycloned up once.
Yeah, there you go. Just like, you kidding me? No, they are going to counter ward. Sentry, not really much. Nusham's just down here with an Ethereal Blade. We've seen what these Ethereal Blade Hoodwinks can do.
Yeah, pretty serious amount of magic burst can come in, and they send him up in the air. Gonna drop him?
Oh, they're going for forcing a BKB. But now, how do you get out? Blink away. And it's retreat time for the dire side, or is it? Fart SJ thinking about going in. It's got that access mentioned. They catch a Death Prophet, the Overgrowth on 3 or 4 heroes even. Sunstrike used Death Prophet already getting low. The Siphons are out. Exorcism in 4 seconds. He hasn't used it yet. They're going to keep him alive as Chives also stuns on through a Bristleback. He's taking plenty of damage. Static Storm, though, and now Slark's in trouble. Slark, he's in a lot of trouble. He's trying to get out. Siphons up, everything being used. A big burst of living armor. No, they cannot keep Slark alive. On the dire side, Chives got a stunning in. Scourge McDuck. He will survive. Barely, but alive for now. He's going for the TP in the trees. Oh, man, that was risky. But he gets out.
He gets out. I think that they also have to get out on the side of Fart Studios now. But they want to keep fighting. They're going.
They got triple meatball, so they're still feeling pretty confident. But I'm with you. I mean, without your Slark, you lose a lot of damage. That single target consistent damage, that is. And now Scourge McDuck gonna try to make them pay for this. He's running in after the Brewmaster. Primal split, of course, on cooldown. Jenkins, now he's taking distraction, but he's certainly dead. Yes, there he goes. They do burst down the Spirit Breaker. Bristleback getting about half-life himself. You see Hoodwink throwing out the Ethereal Blade. Buyback, that's Treant. Treant with the buyback, so Living Armor going to be continuing to use. I Annihilate is still very healthy during all this.
I mean, they stand strong on Fart Studios, I suppose, but using the buyback, now you really have to go. I suppose there's 30 seconds on the Spirit Breaker that is down. They can attempt to go, but this feels awkward when you don't have your Brewmaster ulti as well, and your Slark isn't here yet.
It feels like Far Studios almost feels rushed to try to finish this game.
Yeah, here comes the Panda, though. They send in the Panda with Alacrity coming in soon. There we go, and he's gonna smash the racks. Look at it. Boom, boom, boom.
Gosh. He just can't. I'm surprised he's just not going for the melee racks as well. It's dead anyways. But yeah, they are gonna kill it. But yeah, there's the range racks down. So, but as I was kind of saying there, and you're really getting at it too. It's like, does Farm Studios need to be rushed? I mean, they certainly scale, right?
Yeah, I think they need to respect a little bit when the cooldown on Slark BKB came out. Like if you keep fighting and Disruptor has that ulti available, you basically gave him Aghanims. When you're fighting without BKB, then that's as if he had Aghanims. Now he does have Aghanims as well. Oh, if he can get this ulti on Slark, he does.
Yep.
No, he bashes him out.
Push back. Pushing him every which way, and then will successfully get the kill. So you're right, that Static Storm, the axe kicking in, and Slark is dead again. Obviously unable to BKB. Almost a little awkward there with the push out, but yeah, Chive's coming through.
Yeah, Chives knew what he was doing. He's just, pinballing a little bit, the Slark. But the value of the Aghanims coming out, immediately getting a kill onto the carry, not allowing him to use the BKB throughout all of that. And now Roche being attempted here. Pretty difficult though with Treant just spamming the Nature's Grasp in there.
Yeah. I mean, forcing a Slark buyback would be massive right now for the cut, so they're certainly trying to do that, but yeah, Far Studio is able to respond enough without the Slark to force them out.
Yeah, I feel like they can't really brute force it. There's so many control spells, and at the end of the day, Monkeys Forever is just standing in the pit, and he's holding control of that. A big thing I want to mention this game is look how much impact Monkeys is having in these fights with how bad of that laning stage was. Brewmaster doesn't care too much if he owns the laning stage or not. He will have similar impact anyway. It's just if he gets to the point of having Aghanims, which he still did at a decent time, then it's all going to be the same at the end of the day.
I mean, you see here, he's got the Storm Brewing. Obviously, they're spotting it, but they're not going to burst it down. Again, it goes back to you don't want to commit too much just to killing it. There's a double damage room bottom, by the way, so both teams have a chance to get that. It's not spotted currently. Brewmaster playing pretty aggressive here, doing some counter warding. Not worried about being jumped himself. Look at Annihilate, though. Setting up a flank.
Yeah, he's kind of just running around and making some moves. He's also going to go and shove bottom, make sure that pushes in towards that exposed racks while they're going for the Roche. So always setting themselves up. So he leaves the Force Spirits there, TP's back, and now if they take a 5v5 fight, bottom racks is going to be taking damage.
A very slow Roshan. I don't think that's an issue for Far Studios, because now a fight's going to break out anyways. Here we go, Static Storm, it hits Brewmaster. Brewmaster's caught again, bashed out initially though. He gets out of the kinetic field, he's going to be able to get away. Fury, but no, he's good. The problem split now. And the turn chance for the Dire side. Dust in the back lines. Now they're going for Scourge McDuck. They already killed the Spirit Breaker. Fart SJ, he pounces on through, catches Death Prophet. The meatballs are out, and Death Prophet's dead. She has a buyback, but no exorcism. Not in a good spot. Monkey's gonna lift up the Bristle. What else is new? Disruptor gonna be lifted up by a Tornado, and Empyrean is also going to fall. Now, can they catch the Bristleback? In the end, the chase is on. Monkey's in pursuit. He's got another lift. He's gonna lift him right here, and you know the end is near for this Bristleback. The whole team is here. He's got his back turned. It doesn't even matter. They take out the Bristle, and now I keep saying Fart State, but the whole team of Far Studios, they're gonna go back for Roshan.
Yeah, they can calmly go back and finish that up, and that was like a whole set of item progression for everyone, basically, feel like, with that team fight as well. So full Basher now on the Slark. They have more stuff coming in as well. The Yule Scepter for a Treant, the Maelstrom for the Hoodwink, so adding in some more damage for himself as well. They're just all adding more value, and with that Aegis in hand, this is starting to look real grim for the cut.
22,000 net worth lead. Massive, certainly, and this isn't really a composition for the cut that feels like, well, at least they have X hero that they're going to rely on to still give them a chance. I mean, Bristleback, yes, Scourge McDuck comfortable on it, but it is not a hero that screams comeback potential
Yeah,
especially when he's lacking on net worth in comparison now.
I think the big thing in this game is that they were not able to brute force the 5v5 engagements at all, and like they also, as we see the high ground push is going to happen here, are they going to be able to mount the defense for their bottom racks? Aghanims available on Disruptor, but they have to burst during it.
Oh, but over goes the backlines are going for a Pipian, and speaking of burst, they say, yep, we got burst on the dire side. They just blow up Disruptor, and they're going to take out the tower as well. Fart SJ, a little deep there, but again, he has Aegis, and he's able to get the support needed to walk back with this team. But with that Disruptor, they lose a lot of that initiation presence on the side of the cut. Sadman says, I gotta go. Pops the Exorcism, BKB, gonna force a scatter out of Fart Studios. But now Shaggy, he's isolated. Slark taking advantage. Somewhat now. Chives joins the party, and Scourge McDuck also gonna teleport in. So even with that Disruptor, still fighting strong here on the Radiant side. Nusham, he'll be blown up, so no Hoodwink.
Yeah, but now BKBs are down. You used your timing. This is where it gets difficult.
And BKBs are down. It's Invoker's time to shine, but nice Forest Staff on the Bristle to keep him out. Lift up on the Death Prophet, and the Earth Brilling beating down the tower. So this is the primal split use of Brewmaster.
And that's how fast he kills the tower without alacrity.
It's dead.
Yeah, quick and easy, taking it down.
This is just one of these games. You almost feel for the cut because again they're fighting strong, but they just do not have enough in the big picture to outlast what Far Studios is bringing to the table.
Yeah, that's really a story. I mean, they can fight hard when they have the BKB up on DP and Bristleback, and then they did try and make the most of it, running down and getting one kill, but once those abilities are down, or once the items are down, look at this, the Bristle, he's strong, but he can't move.
Yeah, Meteors again, Spirit Vessel, so Bristle, he is tanky though, and he is gonna survive. Sark, oh, nice bash, pushback. Gonna keep him alive even just a little bit longer and will allow Bristle to get back to the fountain, so very close call there, but you see the big picture as Chives is picked off though. In the meantime, the Creep Waves are pushing both the bottom and the middle lane, favoring Far Studios during this. Sadman taking up this Slark. Oh, he's gonna be glimpsed back though, and he's in a bad spot. The Static Storm is down, so that's gonna be an Aegis use.
Yeah, that's a Static Storm before Aegis though.
True. He doesn't have the BKB though, and the lockdown following is hitting. Zark is 10 actually, he's out for 90. Has buyback, but not using it yet. There was a buyback from Chives playing the Spirit Breaker meanwhile. BKB is also activated, going to be wearing off now. Brewmaster running away. Primal Split still on cooldown, and they are able to get a couple of follow-up stuns to lock him down long enough to take him out. So the cut is fighting. You certainly got to respect that fact against Fart Studios.
Yeah, maybe a bit of an overstep there by Fart SJ, getting pretty deep and just getting pulled back with a glimpse as well. I like how at the end of that fight, the Earth Panda almost took out the top tier 3 as well. Chives has the gem, gets the kill top.
All right. Spirit Breaker showing off, can do some good damage even by himself. Finishes off Treant at least.
They did use the Zeus ulti as well, but I don't even think it was needed for that kill. It seemed like the Spirit Breaker did probably sufficient damage on his own there, even as he has that level 20 talent now as well. Gets the 175 movement on the charge. Really good talent.
Oh, speaking of Zeus as well, again, it is a support Zeus, so not that surprising, but doesn't have the Axe yet, although he is 100 or so gold away from finishing it if he wants to without a buyback. But that and he is just going to click the item. So yeah, he will have an axe now, and of course that's another ability that they'll be able to benefit from, especially for a Spirit Breaker like that, where he charges someone and the Nimbus comes out with his ultimate. There's a lot of burst.
Oh, bottom, they have Hex on Invoker. Maybe they can try something here.
There it is. Oh man. Speaking of being isolated, that'll happen.
Yeah, the Blink Hex also, well, he was just walking up in ghost form, so easy catch, and now they're looking for more.
Sark pouncing a couple times, using both charges, trying to get Scourge. Oh, he hit him right before the Static Storm. Clutch there from the Slark, and now the beatdown on Bristleback. He is going to have to BKB himself. Exorcism is activated though, and Sark, he is getting low now. Sark may die once again, yes. He is going to be taken out. Spirit Breaker, he's out for 70. Sark does have a buyback. Meatballs raining down from the river though, and they do kill Scourge McDuck. Meanwhile, Disruptor. Boomerang hits through him, and he's just locked in place till finished. I Annihilate, ready the combo on the Death Prophet. He was lifted up that whole time. Spirit Vessel's applied. Bean God, he's going to be lifted, though. Brewmaster continuing to be that annoying factor. Buyback from Disruptor.
Yeah, but he can't get here. He doesn't have the outpost. He can't TP.
Oh, have to go the long way of running back over, and Sunstrike missed, but it didn't matter. Bean God is going to eventually be killed off.
And that was like a nice fight overall for them, like the way they tried to take that. They got a really clutch silence by Sadman catching the Slark before he could use his ulti. But at the end of the day, they're just far too weak at the stage.
Invoker's level 25 now as well, getting the 3 times passive effects, and you kind of see that impact here.
That alacrity! Oh my god, it kills the barracks so fast.
And that's Mega Creeps, right? So, if it seemed impossible already, it's, well, I suppose even more impossible now for the cut. And perhaps the last stand of sorts, as Disruptor's just blowing up. Death Prophet manages to barely survive. Chives is saying, hey, fight me, please.
Yeah, and they're pretty much stuck in their fountain right now, trying to get out, but there's just a rain of meteors coming out as well.
Monkey's trying to go for that objective of, hey, no, let's actually finish this game, but all right, here we go. The cut. Gonna pop Exorcism. BKB. Slark is running back in. BKB's worn off on the Death Prophet.
Double tornado.
There's one. Spamming the quills and the viscous nasal goo as Bristleback as he does, forcing a BKB out of Annihilate. Fear on New Shaman pushes him back in the blow up from Zeus, helping to get that kill. Spear Breaker taking the beat down from Slark though, and he's adding up some stacks. The Spear Breaker gonna be picked off. That's his shift doing work certainly. Bristleback, now it's his turn. Alacrity's applied to the Slark, but Bristle's going for the Treant. However, now Sadman. Good team support with the force down. I mean, the Ancient's still over here, by the way, but they just want heroes.
Yeah, just keep hitting heroes. There's nothing else that matters at this stage. Just want to get as many kills as possible. Slark going in. He's going for the fountain. He lost to the fountain.
I mean, he's going to fire back instantly, right? Where is it, Fardas J? Come on.
Gets a tip.
Oh. Tipped, I suppose. Yeah, they're having fun with this. It is an overtime state, as I like to say. Where
he tried to buy Refresher. I think he didn't think about the fact that you can't buy Refresher in base anymore. That's like the old play. He tried to buy Refresher on Slark for the fountain dive, but you have to go to the secret shop for that.
Awkward. And now he doesn't have buyback, actually. So, I mean, look at Monkey, though. He sends in the Earth for and says, let's finish this chaos, please. Finish the game. And they're going to finally, Fart Studios will take the victory here in game 1. And death by 1,000 cuts, dare I say.